Every time I get on here, I want to beatbox.
I know it sounds so good.
All right. Here we are.
Here we are. We're back.
That Jits Life.
That Jits Life.
Podcast number 73. Now, so we have our first one. Didn't come out great, but I'm working on it. So this is technically Stephan podcast number 2. But it's number 1.
We'll see. We'll see what airs.
We'll see what happens. All right. So the last one I kicked off with a question I thought was valid. How do you pronounce your last name?
Yeah. So in English, it's Vander Merwe. I've been Afrikaans, so I'm from South Africa. It is Van der Merwe. So I guess the proper pronunciation might be Van der Merwe. I don't know. Or Vander Merwe.
Vander
Might
Merwe.
be easier.
I like that.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Call me what you want. I don't care.
I was going to say, just don't,
I don't care.
Just don't call you Stephan.
That's right.
See what happens. Buggy choked. Anyway, thanks for doing this again, man. I appreciate it. Still testing around the distance of the mic.
Yeah. Happy
That's
to be
good.
here, man.
Yeah, man. Just got done with our 6 a.m. Jiu-Jitsu class. Stephan was here in the gi.
Oh, yeah.
Nice change of pace.
A little gi burn. Is it
Got
this,
some?
This side?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
It's all part of it.
Heck yeah.
Wrecked fingers.
Yeah, it's cool. All the
Yeah.
guys at work know I do that weird karate stuff.
Jazzercise or whatever it's called.
Yeah. They're like
Tai Chi with
You're
chokes or
breaking
something.
blocks.
I don't know. Yeah. It's funny because every time you're here on gi day, everyone says the same thing. We're talking about this every time you're here too. It's like, man, you look so strange in a gi. Look so weird seeing you in a gi. And you're like, you guys all look strange in gis too.
Yeah. I never
Really?
see you guys in geese.
That's hilarious.
More lately though.
Yeah.
It's been fun. It's
Yeah.
been fun. I'm no gi guy, but
Yeah.
every now and then.
Yeah.
The gi's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it can be, depending on if it's you or the person going with you, I guess.
Yeah. Can keep your fingers from getting hurt. I just feel I'm feeling real creative in the gi, man.
It's fun. I like going back and forth. So I only do the one day, so it's Wednesday mornings. It's like going back and forth.
Yeah.
I like after a gi class, I'm like, okay, I don't like the gi anymore, and I'm ready for no gi tomorrow. And
Yeah,
then
for
after a couple days, I'm like, I kind of,
Yeah.
it's fun to play around with.
I take no gi training a lot more serious.
Mm-hmm.
Because I just focus on that and focus on competing in that as well.
Mm-hmm.
So no gi to me, I don't take it seriously. I kind of mess around to try to have some fun.
Yeah.
That's it. Jiu-Jitsu is for fun, right?
It is,
So,
man. It's fun. Get creative.
Every now
with
and then, it's a good time in the gi.
it. Yeah, buddy. So what do we do after training today? What do we do? What everyone up here get done?
Yeah. So post-training recovery, that's a must, right?
Mm-hmm.
Up here, recalibrate. Got to get the sauna in, cold plunge. Like to sit in the sauna, do like 15 to 20 minutes my first round until I can't take it anymore.
Yep.
You know? And
Tap
then,
out.
yeah, that's right. And everybody, has a different routine. I do that, and then I take a quick dip in the plunge, hop back in the sauna for about 10 minutes. Again, quick dip in the plunge, another 10 minutes. Then I get out and sit. 2 minutes has been my regular routine, but lately it's been 2.5 minutes. So.
There you go. Yeah, we were talking about that sweating afterwards, and I think I'm just dipping too quick.
That's right, dude.
I'm sticking for 2 minutes.
I think you gotta do at least 2 minutes.
To mess around
At
with
least
that.
one time.
I've been dunking my head and everything.
Yeah. So I go under as soon as I go in, come back up. I think it helps me keep my hands in, keep my feet in.
Yeah, it's crazy, that mammalian dive reflex. Put your head under and you come out for like 10 seconds. You're just like spazzing, and then you feel this weird like calm wash over you.
Man, yeah, it's pretty if you can keep breathing, right?
Yeah.
Just if no one's talking to you.
Yeah. Just slow
Sometimes
exhale.
I'm like mid conversation when I get in and I'm coming up. I'm like,
It's always funny when someone does that. Yeah, it's funny. Not funny, but everyone's got a different routine with sauna, cold plunge, cycling or not cycling, or how long they stay in there, how long they stay in the cold plunge. But there's no escaping 40 degrees.
no.
We did have one client here. He was in from out of town, and he was getting ready, and I was explaining the back and forth, and so he told me that his wife made him a cold plunge at home out of a freezer.
Oh yeah.
And so he's got it temperature controlled, because I think this was, I want to say it was 45 at the time. We normally keep it at 40 now, but we kept it at 45. And he's like, yeah, I've got it at 35. And I was like, oh, so this is like 45. Is that gonna be okay? He's like, yeah, I guess it'll be all right. I was Jeez, man.
Yeah,
35 degrees.
that's cold.
That's
I mean,
incredible.
I've seen it at 38 here.
So it's funny because it's only supposed to go down to 39, but it's still a digital
Thermometer?
a digital readout.
Yeah.
So it's, I guess, theoretically the digital readout could show anything. So I've seen it show 37.
Yeah.
I don't know that the temperature is actually 37 or if it's just temporarily just flickering. Like, it didn't stay there for long.
Yeah.
37, 38. I've seen that.
That's cold, man.
It's not warm.
That's cold.
Not warm for sure. But
I
yeah,
think it's good for you. What are I mean, to me, I say this all the time. So to me, like the cold plunge benefit is mental, right? Because it's hard to do, and I know it has some physical help too. Like compare it to the gi, right? It's like good for your. It's hard, so it's like
You're
good
like
for your
callousing your
psyche, but
mind
it's not
and
going to
stuff.
make me better at no-gi jiu-jitsu. I don't believe that.
the plunge, I don't know, man. Maybe you got to do 3 minutes instead of 2.5. Maybe you'll get way better or something. I don't know.
No, I mean, what are the physical benefits? Like, what does it do for your? Do you know what the benefits for your body are?
You mean like inflammation and stuff like that?
Yeah, I guess it fights inflammation. Or
I think that's the main thing why
Yeah,
sport teams have been using ice and water for years. Just
Yeah.
inflammation when you're working out and you're just tearing up your whole body. It's kind of like what jiu-jitsu is doing. Same thing with like yoga or swimming, where you're using every muscle. If you're using it to an extent and everything just gets inflamed.
Yeah.
Like with a workout, it's just that's the main thing behind that. So that could be from working out, or like I've got rheumatoid arthritis. So like sometimes my joints are just all on fire. They're all just inflamed.
yeah,
That does fantastic.
that makes sense.
Or something
Yeah,
with like MS or something like that, just inflammation.
that's why my hands hurt after I trained in the gi, huh?
Yeah.
Fighting all that inflammation.
Exactly. Yeah, it is funny when I get out of the cold plunge and I go into the sauna. The sauna like calls out inflammation. So like my lower back will feel like there's ice all over it. So it feels like it's still cold. I don't know if that's what that is.
Interesting.
I notice it every time, but like if certain joints are really inflamed that particular day, when I get in the sauna after the cold plunge, that part of my body or joint is cold still.
Yeah.
It's weird, but anyway. But yeah, that after jiu-jitsu recovery, because I mean we both did it for a while without any recovery afterwards. There was no
Yeah.
shower in the old place. We literally just would finish class and go to work.
Yeah.
So I wasn't like stretching at work. I mean, sometimes I did if I was super tight, but yeah, it's been a game changer for me. You're a little bit younger than me. I've got like 14 years on you, but for me, I mean, age-wise, yeah. But age-wise, I feel like it's getting harder and harder for me to warm up for class and things like that. So, and that's all kind of part of that jiu-jitsu lifestyle that we talk about, going to bed right and getting your diet right, recovery afterwards, stretching. There's a lot involved.
It's all
in
about
that.
routines, though.
For sure. Prepping the night before for me, I've told a bunch of people, like when I get home, it could be 4:00 in the afternoon before I even let my dogs out, and I'm just prepping everything, redoing my protein shake for the next morning, my gear for the next class, what I'm going to be wearing all day, all that stuff, all completely prepped out.
Yeah, I think if you're going to be training at 6 a.m. especially, I think that you kind of have to line up your morning so it's a little easier, right? Like you don't want to spend an hour getting all your stuff together in the morning. So
that's part of it, but that's I think more typical is probably, and I've done this too. I think I think it's so ingrained in me now that it's just like if I have to get ready in the morning, I'll just do it. But I think a lot of people, and I did this for a while, where if I wasn't prepped, that was the reason I didn't get up and go to jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
So if someone's not prepped, it's not a matter of whether they're going to get up and do that in the morning. They're going to go,
yeah,
you know what?
too much. I'm going to be late.
Just sleep in.
It doesn't matter if you're 5 minutes late, 10 minutes late.
Yeah. Or not even be late. They just want to get up earlier to do that prep to then get to class on time, or even late.
Yeah.
But that's instantly, I can't go. I'm not ready.
Yeah, it's an immediate loss.
Yeah.
Where if you wake up and your bag's packed, it's kind of like immediate win.
Yeah. When I've done that though, when I get up in the morning, so I get here typically like 5, so I'll get up at like 4:15. My first, if I'm going to sleep in, is like 4:30, and then 4:45. But sometimes I'm like, all right, I'm not going in.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'll get like another 2 hours of sleep or whatever it is, if I really need to sleep or whatever. But more times than not, I'm already up thinking about it, and I don't go back to sleep. And then if I do end up skipping, I'm like, I feel like such a lazy sack of shit.
Yeah.
More times than not, I get up like 20 minutes later, and I'm like,
Yeah.
and then I'm rushing in.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I kind of play tricks on myself to make me come, like, show up.
Yeah.
When I first started, I started with 2 coworkers. You remember Cole and Chriser.
Yeah.
So it was like if I didn't go to jiu-jitsu that morning, when I got to work, it was like, hey man, where were you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you wait till tomorrow. You're gonna get hit with that lapel choke
That you didn't see. You didn't learn yet.
Yeah, I'm like, oh crap. So it's like I got to go more than they're there.
Yeah.
And those losers dropped off at blue belt. So
Is that called blue belt blues? Is that an actual thing?
Yeah, for sure. I think people think they they made it to a level. They accomplished something, which it's like it's just starting to get to be fun, man. But they dropped off, and then you have to play another trick on yourself. Like they're, I'm saying that to them at work. They don't care.
They're not even there anymore.
Yeah,
like whatever.
yeah, exactly.
Go back to Tai Chi.
Yeah.
He said, I think it was Chris Huter. I think he was saying that blue belts quit because life happens. Purple belts quit because their heart gets broken. I don't know. I don't know the extent of what that means either. But
I mean, my heart gets broken here every day.
Every single day.
Every day. Tapping into that smothered choke, man. It's heartbreaking.
Man. Tapped to so much stuff. We were talking the other day about tapping early on in a gi from just getting smothered, just being claustrophobic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I think that's a thing. You don't know you're claustrophobic until somebody's got their sternum pressed against your nose and you can't breathe out of your mouth.
And they're 50 pounds heavier or whatever it is.
And they're sweaty, just like getting waterboarded. Man, it's...
Yeah, it's uncomfortable. We were talking about that because I got talking about that Jits life, that Jiu-Jitsu lifestyle, trying to fix this ongoing chronic hip thing. So I got my MRI yesterday and didn't know I was going all the way into it, and immediately was panicking because I do get claustrophobic. But I'm like, it's cool. I'm a certified breath instructor. I can get through this.
Yeah.
Breathe my way through 20 minutes of just not opening my eyes because I don't want to freak out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I forgot all about that initial when we first started in the gi. Having that, I was like, oh, okay, this sucks.
Yeah.
I don't like this at all.
Yeah, man, that's
it's rough.
It was rough, especially like you said, against some big guys.
Yeah.
Which was my first year of training. Everybody in there was 70 pounds heavier than me.
And the crazy
called
thing
them the
is
Mule Squad. You remember that, man?
There still are a bunch of guys here that I'll refer to the Mule Squad.
Yeah, so some big boys.
Yeah. It's funny though, because at some point early on, you realize it doesn't matter if it's a big person or not.
Yeah.
Someone that could be 40 pounds lighter than you and just has experience and knows how to lay pressure on, it's probably way more uncomfortable than someone that's big and new.
Look at Samuel Braga. Man, that's the heaviest person I've ever felt. He's 140 pounds.
That's insane.
Yeah. Yeah. It's wild, man. But yeah, talking about setting ourselves up, tricking your mind, after those guys left, I had to find something else, and a lot of times in the morning at that time, Joe's using me to be his uke, and so I would tell myself when I wake up and I didn't want to go, I'd be like, "Dude, Joe needs you because he needs you. He didn't need me, right?
Yeah,
but like,
he'll grab someone else.
Yeah, it's like next thing you know, I'm not gonna be the uke. Like, I want that honor.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
And then you start teaching class, and then you have a responsibility to be there for the guys and helping people improve. And
I think it's been a big change for me working here. I mean, it's not like I have to be here at 5 o'clock, but I'm like, I like the 6 a.m. class so much. I like that collective. Awesome shirt. But I like being here to get things ready. Like, not that I'm a neat freak or whatever, but I clean the mats obviously before I'm here, so I know that they're clean. I clean the walls, everything. I'm like, I get it done. But if I'm sleeping in, I'm like,
I like that too.
These guys need me.
Early mornings, the days you're not here, I come in early, same like you, or a little earlier, and clean the mats. I love that though. Yeah. It's so peaceful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something about that. I don't know. Maybe there's a little OCD. I like that with it's gonna sound so stupid. Like with mowing the lawn too. I do it the exact same way every time.
Yeah.
I like seeing it get cleaned. I don't know.
Yeah. It does look nice. Yeah. Nice, man. No, I understand, man.
Yeah.
I understand. It's like,
but no, but like what
you take pride in it.
Yeah, but also like want to be here so that it's done. You know what I mean? Like I don't want Joe to have to worry about it, or anyone else to worry about it. But I don't know. So that's been a big thing for me. I'm just so used to it now. I'm like, even if I'm not training, I'll come in and do my normal routine in the morning and then just watch class and stretch or whatever. But
yeah.
So other than post recovery, what do you do for bedtime? I mean, I'm in bed at 8:30. What about you?
So I got 3.
Well, I was gonna say you got more kids than I do.
Yeah, the 3 kids at home. So whenever we can get them to bed, man, it's difficult some nights. We try to get the babies in bed we got twins, 2-year-olds. So we try to get them in bed around 7. Probably more like 8. And then Lucas, our 6-year-old, we try to get him in bed 8:30. Sometimes pushes towards 9 o'clock.
Same with Quinn, yeah.
Yeah, and then
they're the same kids basically.
I want to get in bed at 9. I want to be asleep at 9. Like ideally, it's that. It's most nights though. It's about 10 o'clock, and I get up about 4:40 right now.
Yeah,
that's what I've been doing, and that feels all right.
It's not an amount of sleep.
It's not. I mean, but that's life right now. So.
Yeah, I think the only thing that's gonna save me from my wife kicking my ass is you have 3 kids. So we have 1. So every night I'm in bed. I'm like, see you later. I'm just fading off. Quinn's not even in the shower yet. Like he's not even ready for bed.
Yeah.
So Fawn does the whole nighttime routine with Quinn. I try to pretend like I don't hear him making noise. I'm trying to sleep. But yeah, so I mean, like yesterday I was just wiped the last couple of days. So yesterday it was literally 7:30, and I was like, I'm really sorry, but I'm gonna get in bed.
Yeah. Oh.
Not because I had to get up early. I was literally like I couldn't keep my eyes open.
Yeah. Nice.
But yeah, again at like 4:15, 4:30. So I'm in a weird magic sweet spot where sometimes I don't get to sleep quickly, or I wake up, or I just it's off, and then I'm just tired or whatever, and I try to listen to my body and not train, not get hurt. But that's like the sweet spot between like 8 and 9 going to bed, and then getting up at. I usually get up before my alarm goes off anyway, so I'm usually up at like 4 o'clock or 3:30 or something like that. But it seems to be a good amount. What about food? How late do you eat?
Man, so for the past 5 years, I've done what's it called?
Intermittent fasting.
Intermittent fasting. Sorry, yeah, I lost my train of thought there. Intermittent fasting. So I eat
or 16/8. That's a 12/8.
Yeah, 16/8. 16/8. So I don't eat after 8 o'clock, and I don't eat before noon. Well, it's like 11:30. I'm close. I'm not like specific on my times, like exact, but it's about 16/8.
Yeah.
Eat about 11:30 every day, and I stop eating it at 8.
Yeah.
Like I said, so I just have a lunch, maybe a snack, and then dinner.
Yeah, there's a lot of opinions around that as far as like how many hours really before you start going to a fasted state and all that, and there's a lot of opinions about that. And it's funny because a lot of people that do that, me included, because I did that for a little while too, and then I did OMAD, was to lose weight. You don't need to lose weight, but the other part of it I liked a lot because I used to do same thing. I didn't eat until noon. I worked out with a personal trainer with his company at 11:30, so it was like a half hour of intense workout. But the 6 a.m. I did jiu-jitsu, so that was fasted too, and I felt clear, like more clear-headed. But the big thing was, there you go, get it.
Can't get it. This is gonna sound cool though.
There you go.
Oh yeah,
that's crisp, dude. Crisp.
Liquid Death.
Get it.
Sponsor me, please.
Yes. The collective. I just lost my train of thought. That sounded so cool. Yeah, just being clear-headed, but also feeling light was a big thing for me.
Yeah, man.
Not feeling full.
It's funny for me. I didn't start doing it because I was wanting to be healthy. Honestly, I was working in industrial roofing, right after college, and I was up at 4:30 in the morning, and I just don't feel like eating at 4:30 in the morning.
Same.
And then you hit the ground running, so you eat
Before
at lunch.
You know it's lunch, yeah.
Yeah, before you know it's lunch, and I would get home so late. I would like maybe eat dinner. Yeah, I would eat probably later at that time, but I just got used to not eating breakfast essentially, and then which is a scam. I think most important meal is breakfast. I think that's crap.
Well, when you think about it, your first meal is lunch.
Yeah,
that's your breakfast.
Yeah, well, I guess, but like
that's
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I get you though.
Yeah,
eggs and bacon and shit.
Yeah, man, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that's worked for me. Like I feel good doing that. I've maintained a good weight, and and also try to eat like pretty healthy. Not much sugar, and
that's the tough part.
Yeah, and high protein, and
yep. Yeah, I know for me that's so for a while I did the 16/8 too, and then talked about it a few times. But I dropped like 30-ish pounds, 32 pounds, something like that, last year and a half. But really, it was in the first 5 months. But I was doing OMAD, so I was only eating at night. So I was probably calorie, getting a calorie
for sure
deficient or whatever. but I felt so light in the morning. Like when I trained in the morning, I felt great about it. But I started getting more tired in early afternoon, and working with Tia Templeton at Live Your Wellness. She kind of set me up a little bit on a switch where I'm eating a little bit in the morning based around training. So a little bit of protein before training and then more protein after training, that kind of stuff. And I feel way better throughout the day. I feel like I've put some muscle on.
Yeah.
Like I'm more lean. But yeah, it is tough to stick to that, like no sugar, no processed foods.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Cheez-Its are just too good, man.
They are good.
I
definitely don't cheat, right? I don't have like strict guidelines.
Yeah.
If I'm hungry, I eat.
Right.
But I try not to overeat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, it's worked for me so far. So
there you go. So what else? What else? We were talking about this morning too. About that Jits life and what it means to each person that does jiu-jitsu. Because I was talking about having sort of like a skaterish, snowboarder sort of Ruka type feel with the brand, and but some people don't skateboard. Some people drink tea, and that's part of their jiu-jitsu lifestyle.
Yeah. I mean, it's an active lifestyle in general.
Yes.
You know, people that do jiu-jitsu tend to do a lot of other things outside of it, whether it's hiking, rock climbing,
Right.
mountain biking, skateboarding,
Yep.
surfing is huge, right?
Yeah.
Because of all the guys out in Brazil and California.
Well, it's huge for balance. I mean, it's a fun thing to do,
Yeah.
but it also is, like you see the Rotolos with the grip breaking on the Indo board.
It's crazy. When they were children.
Dude, that thing is hard to balance on. I can't imagine also breaking grips at the same time.
Yeah.
But
We should try that.
we could do that right now. Right after this.
Not right now.
Yeah. I still got to eat.
Yeah.
I postponed my post-training food. My stomach grumble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You normally eat right after class?
Yeah, I'll eat. It's nothing crazy. Like if I have leftover chicken or something or steak, but typically it's just Greek yogurt with just homemade trail mix thrown in there. Yeah, it's typically I add a banana, protein shake before I get here. But
Oh yeah, man. You eat at like 4 a.m.?
yeah, I mean it's just a protein shake, so sometimes I don't want to eat it all. So sometimes I only sip a little bit of it. And I'll throw it in the fridge downstairs and drink that after class. But typically it's a protein shake before I get here, like on the way here, so like 4:45, something like that, and then after class 8 o'clock, something like that. That's what I'm eating.
I think that is a huge thing for people training at 6 a.m. is like figuring out, like, can I eat something before and feel okay and go into like a hard training session, because it's not an easy training session with these guys. We got some animals on the mat.
I don't want to throw up everywhere.
Yeah,
eat and get full.
Yeah, it's you know, you think of a lot of 6 a.m.s. You know, I visit gyms all over the country, and you see a lot of 6 a.m.s where it's just a few guys, and they're kind of older guys, and maybe they don't want to roll as much after class. Dude, these guys in here, they're like kicking ass, and they're going to work. You know what I mean? Savages in here.
Yeah. You made me just think of something Joe did one time. I think I probably mentioned this to you before. We were downstairs, and it was, I don't know, like 11 a.m. or something. Matt York. Shout out Matt York Training. He was coming to do a workout with Joe. I think they were doing an hour wrestling jiu-jitsu on the mat workout. Joe's fully geared up, ready to go, waiting for Matt to get here. Someone else just happened to stop by and brought him Chick-fil-A. I think it was Chick-fil-A. Like a fried chicken sandwich, French fries, and I think he drank a shake too. And I was like, "Oh, Matt's not coming." Oh, he's like, "No, he's about to pull in." And I was like, "What? How are you gonna eat all that and then go train?" He's like, "I'm just built different." And then he just went and trained. He probably burned that shit off before he even got to the mat. I was like, I'd be thrown up.
Yeah.
Especially with someone like Matt. Holy shit.
That's funny.
Yeah. Some people are just built different. Yeah, but I can't. I like to be completely empty stomach. I don't want to eat at all in the morning. Yeah. Even on the weekends, if I do eat in the morning, I don't like heavier stuff. I think I'm just in a good routine, like, you know, bacon and eggs and pancakes and waffles. Stuff is so good, but even thinking about it, I'm like, oh, that's so good, and then at the same time, like I just feel it in my stomach. So I'm like more of like a grain bread toast and natural peanut butter cut up banana kind of guy, or oats with raw oats with almond milk, banana cut up, and some cinnamon on top.
I love that everybody in here instead of oats says oats.
That's hilarious.
Bow out.
Oats. That's funny. I think that's it, man.
All right.
thanks for being on again.
Yeah.
Gonna be working on some shirts pretty soon, I think.
Yeah,
some
man.
stickers already out there.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing those shirts come out, man. Seeing those stickers. That's coming out what, this week?
So
Next
I'll
week?
have more stickers next week. So we'll be slinging those downstairs probably, or if anybody wants one, just message me. I can send you a QR code for it. The shirts, I'm still kind of debating on which one to use.
Okay.
So we got a couple different options. Same place, different shirts. So I might just do both of them, but I don't know. But yeah, pretty soon probably over the next week or two, we'll do a first merch drop. It'll probably be a shirt.
Cool.
But it might be a rash guard.
Might be a rash guard.
It might be some.
That Jits Life
It might be
rash
some
guard.
dope slides too. Who knows?
Slides.
Yeah.
Man, you got all the gear.
Gear now, man. Trying to. Yeah, these are comfortable too. But yeah, I don't know. See what happens. I figure we'll start with some cool content. So
Yeah.
Go from there. But
Sounds good.
thanks again, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Thanks for
Looking forward-
having me.
Yeah, man. Look forward to training tomorrow.
Heck yeah. Same.
Oats.
Oats.